All right, welcome everyone. Ready to deep dive into the SAG Awards with me.
Always exciting to unpack these awards.
We're going beyond just who won what, right? Using online articles, we got fashion commentary, even Jane Fonda's speech. Gotta uncover those hidden stories. It's like, what are these awards really telling us?
Yeah, it's a unique perspective, right? It's voted on by their peers, other actors, so it's like a peek behind the curtain.
Totally. So, one thing that really stood out to me was historical dramas. They had a big night, like Conclave, about the Papal Conclave, won for Best Cast in a Movie.
Interesting, huh? All that behind-the-scenes stuff, power dynamics, I guess people are always fascinated by that kind of thing.
For sure. And then Shogun swept the TV drama awards: Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Ensemble Cast, even the Stunt Ensemble. Seems like audiences are really into stories set in different times and cultures.
Yeah, it could be a sign of the times, right? Maybe in a world that feels so uncertain, these historical dramas offer a kind of escape.
True, it's like stepping into a different world, but also they make you think about things that are still relevant today, power, ambition, all that.
Absolutely, it's holding up a mirror to history, but also to ourselves.
Speaking of mirrors, what about Timothée Chalamet winning for playing Bob Dylan in A Complete Unknown? Another character-driven story, right?
Definitely. Seems like people want those deep dives into character, those complex portrayals, real people dealing with real stuff.
Maybe it's a reaction to all the superficial stuff out there, like social media, like we're craving something with more depth.
Could be. Okay, we have to talk about some other winners that caught my eye. First up, Demi Moore, winning Best Actress for The Substance, a body horror film.
Whoa, didn't see that coming.
Right. It's interesting. Shows she's willing to take risks and explore new territory.
I love when actors push boundaries. Look at that. Colin Farrell also won for The Penguin in the Penguin TV series. I mean, no surprise there. The guy's amazing. Oh, and of course, Only Murders in the Building, still killing it in the comedy world. But let's switch gears for a minute and talk about a true icon, Jane Fonda. She got the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Well deserved. She had 65 years in the business across all sorts of genres. And she's always been so outspoken, using her platform for the things she believes in.
A true force of nature. And her speech at the SAG Awards, wow. Powerful stuff.
It really was. And she didn't shy away from tough topics either, like when she referenced Trump.
Oh, yeah. I got a reaction from the audience.
But then she shifted to this message about empathy and unity, especially important these days.
It was like she was challenging us to walk in each other's shoes, even if we disagree.
Exactly. Especially now when everything feels so divided.
Yeah, it makes you think, do we need a global deep dive into empathy? I think Jane Fonda would approve. But now, let's dive into something a little lighter fashion. Gia Coppola's Valentino dress. Oh my gosh, that thing. A whirlwind of gold sequins and silver ruffles.
You can't deny it was a statement.
What do you think about it? Does it tell us anything about fashion these days?
Statement pieces, that's the key, right? We've seen a resurgence of maximalism lately. No more minimalism.
Yeah, makes sense. Maybe people want to stand out. There's so much sameness these days.
Yeah, maybe. And then how about Danielle Deadweiler's dress? The red Louis Vuitton with those tears.
People online were comparing them to a plunger, even a lampshade. It definitely got people talking.
I think that's what's great about fashion. It's totally subjective. Some people see elegance, others just see humor. It's all part of the conversation.
Totally. Oh, and speaking of getting people talking, Jamie Lee Curtis's black feather Dolce & Gabbana gown, people were calling it the twice-divorced bird meme. It's funny how fashion becomes a meme so quickly these days.
It shows that fashion is more than just clothes. It's about storytelling, it's cultural commentary, it's even a meme.
Right, and it's not just about looking good either. We're seeing a lot more stars choosing sustainable fashion on the red carpet. Vintage pieces, eco-friendly fabrics, designers who are ethical.
Absolutely, it's a positive shift, for sure. People are becoming more aware of the impact fashion has on the environment and society. And when celebrities use their influence to promote that, it sends a powerful message.
For sure. It's good to see fashion being used for good. When we were talking about Jane Fonda, you mentioned her activism. I just think it's incredible how she's always blended her art with her advocacy.
It's inspiring, right? I mean, even in her speech, she addressed some tough stuff. Remember when she mentioned Sebastian Stan? He's nominated for playing Trump in that new film, The Apprentice?
Yeah, and she used that to talk about empathy, right? Even when it's hard, even when we disagree with someone. That was powerful.
It was. Because understanding each other, even when we don't see eye to eye, that's how we start to bridge the divides.
Totally. We've got to try to see the world through each other's eyes. Okay, so we've talked about the big winners, the fashion, both the good and the interesting. And of course, Jane Fonda's amazing speech. But it all kind of brings up a big question, doesn't it? Will award shows even matter anymore?
It's a good question. I mean, think about it. We have all these streaming platforms. Everyone watches different stuff. It's not like it used to be.
Exactly. And sometimes it feels like these awards are stuck in the past, like they haven't quite caught up to how we consume entertainment now.
Right. Sometimes the winners feel predictable, like we've seen it all before.
Yeah. But on the flip side, award shows can give a platform to stories and performances that might otherwise get lost in the noise.
Exactly. They can introduce people to new actors, new films, new voices. That's still valuable, right?
Totally. I mean, think about it. We're having this whole deep dive conversation right now because of an award show.
Exactly. So maybe it's not about whether award shows matter, but how they matter to each of us.
I like that. It's like, yeah, they have their flaws, but they can also spark conversations and make us think about things in new ways.
Right. And in the end, it's up to each of us to decide how much weight we give to these awards. It reflects our own relationship with entertainment, with stories, with art.
Well said. Okay, before we wrap things up completely, I want to revisit those red carpet looks one more time. There were some truly memorable ones.
Oh yeah, that's always a highlight, right? Bold choices, unexpected trends, even a few, well, let's just say interesting choices. It's all part of the fun.
Absolutely. This year did not disappoint. We had classic elegance, avant-garde stuff, a little bit of everything. Remember Allianz, that cream-colored ensemble?
So chic, so sophisticated, that strapless top and the matching skirt and the fur wrap, like a touch of old Hollywood glamour.
Yes. And Cynthia Erivo, she always nails it on the red carpet. She wore a silver vintage Givenchy haute couture gown. It's like a disco ball, but in the best way.
She knows how to make a statement, and she always goes for those bold colors and dramatic looks. It's captivating.
Okay, I'll be honest, there were a few looks that left me confused. Like Sashira Zamata's black dress, it had all these cutouts and sequins. It was like 3 dresses in one. Just too much.
Yeah, sometimes less is more on the red carpet. A simple, elegant look can be so striking.
I agree. And then there was Timothée Chalamet, rocking that full chrome hearts look. Black leather, matching pants, but then that neon green button down. Some people said it was gifted Bob Dylan. Others said it was more like Charlie XCX's Brat Summer vibe.
He loves to take risks with fashion, that's for sure. I think it's cool that he's not afraid to be different, even if it means not everyone gets it.
Totally. Remember Anna Satara, the TikTok star? Her black gown, the one with the big cutout, it just seemed kind of lost on her.
Yeah, fit is so important on the red carpet. The right silhouette can make or break a look.
No doubt. And then Joey King, her custom Mew gown was a lot. Black, light blue collar, sheer cutouts, jewels everywhere. It was a bold choice.
She's definitely not afraid to experiment. And Jeremy Strong, bless his heart, showed up in a head-to-toe green suit, bow tie included.
I don't know if green is his color, but hey, I give him props for trying something different, expressing himself.
Exactly. It's all about having fun with it. And at the end of the day, isn't that what fashion is all about?
It's funny, fashion, it always gets people talking, whether they love it or hate it.
That's so true. And it's like a reminder that even with all the digital stuff out there, something like a red carpet event, it still grabs our attention.
Speaking of attention, what about you guys listening? What stood out to you from the SAG Awards? Any surprise winners? Any fashion moments, good or bad, that caught your eye?
Yeah, let us know. We want to hear what you think. It's a celebration of storytelling, right? So let's keep the conversation going.
So as you think about this year's awards, ask yourself, did they change what you want to watch? Did they make you want to check out an actor or film you hadn't heard of before?
Or maybe they just made you think about the power of stories, how they connect us to different worlds, different people, different feelings.
It's definitely something to think about. All right, well, that wraps up our deep dive into the 2025 SAG Awards.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you learned something new, maybe even added a few things to your watch list.
And remember, whether it's a historical drama, a hilarious comedy, or even a crazy red carpet look, there's always something interesting to discover beneath the surface. So keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep diving deep into the stories that fascinate you. See you next time.